Hi everyone, this is Ramona Shaw, and today we have another episode of Leadership and Café, talking about leadership while we enjoy a little bit of coffee, because who doesn't like coffee, or at least some tea. But today specifically, I want to talk about why we focus naturally on the negative and why sometimes all the positive things that happen or accomplishments that occur kind of get wished away and we forget all about it, and what to do so that you are not losing track of all the accomplishments and they keep staying in the front of your mind, on top of your mind. Now, the very reason why our brain focuses on the negative, be this negative feedback, but also negative things that happen. Maybe someone cut you off on the road. That is kind of dominating your thought as you commute to work, versus all the nice people who let you pass in, or someone gave you a nice hello as they're crossing the street. Or it's someone made a bad comment or a negative comment in a meeting, but a bunch of other people gave you a compliment. Why is it that our focus immediately shifts to the negative and kind of be obsessed over that compared to how much attention we pay to the positive? The reason is very much going back to our survival instinct, and the fact that if we detect something negative that could be threatening, and in this case a negative comment or a conflict is threatening, that actually triggers our survival instinct. So it's a different part of the brain that processes the negativity that we observe all around us than the positive side. Positive is sort of the pleasure part of the brain. The negative triggers the actual survivor instinct. And so naturally, to protect ourselves, and a long time ago this was needed, we needed to shift our focus on the negative so that we can resolve conflict or get a threat out of the way, versus the positive that had nothing to do with our survival, or very little to do with our ability to survive. And just having the awareness that that's a natural instinct for all of us is already a big leap, because then it allows you to see things a little bit differently, and also understand that if you have team members and you give them a lot of compliments, and then one thing that you criticize on, that's what they're going to focus on. And it's not your fault, it's not their fault, it's just how we humans are built and developed, and it's a natural habit and pattern. Now though, if you understand that, and then you see I can actually take charge of this a little bit by saying, I'm going to focus way more, reset my pattern here to focus way more on all the accomplishments and the things that were good in the day, then you'll feel improved confidence, because you'll now see all the things that work. And when we start believing in our capability and we see that we are capable, that is what then triggers confidence, and that creates a loop in the loop. Confidence makes more capable, and capable more confident. But also it makes us feel more fulfilled, because we see all the positive things that happen throughout the day. Now, an easy way to do this, it's all about resetting the pattern. And initially, this isn't going to come natural for you to just think more positive and pay more attention to all the good things that happen throughout your day. It has to actually be something you maybe put in your calendar, or something that an alarm triggers on your phone whenever you are commuting, or you're in a bus or in an Uber or whatever you are, and an alarm triggers you to write down 3 things that went really well that day. It could be 3 accomplishments at work, things that happen in the relationship with other people, in relationships with other people. Just track those accomplishments. It will reset your brain, maybe not reset, but it will shift the focus from the negative, where our natural tendency is, to the positive, to all the good things that happened. That triggers the hormones and makes you feel happy and a lot more fulfilled in the process. Plus, you get the side effect of understanding that getting a boost in your confidence, because you're seeing what you're capable of. And if you keep tracking it over a longer time period, which is something I talked about in a previous episode, is that you're actually able to articulate to other people your accomplishments and your value that you bring to your job and your role and the organization, because you actually paid attention. So take a moment. If you look back at the last month, maybe January 1st until today, and I ask you, what were the 3 biggest accomplishments or valuable deliverables that you provided in your role? And you would actually have to pause and think about that before you can give me an answer. That means you're not paying enough attention, you're not tracking enough. These should be just coming out right away, so that if you have a moment where you can demonstrate your contribution and showcase how much value you bring, but also just be confident about all the things that you do and deliver and be comfortably talking about it. That needs to happen from a place where it's so obvious because you know and you've tracked and you've been creating awareness over time of what those things are. You shifted your focus from the negative to the positive. So that's a bit of insight for today, and I hope that it really encouraged you. So now I hope you take me up on this challenge to start writing down every night what are 3 things that went really well, things that you delivered, or interactions that you had and were positive experiences, to retrain your brain to focus more on the positive. That's it for today. I'll talk to you soon with another episode on Leadership Café. Bye-bye.